visions.
Do not decide. I wanna do the things occur. It's so absurd. It's so bizarre. The song that I deserve. It's offering. It's not a dream. I love the things, but it's not me. It's all for real. I sit and please close your eyes. Be close to me. I never love. I never wanna.
Yo, what's up? Hey guys, welcome to the stream. What's up, Julius? What's up, Jamson? What's up, SLX? What's up, Rayto? What's up, Pretty Scene Girl? What's up, Alay? What's up, Beef Goose? Dude, I bought a fucking Steam Deck. I bought a fucking Steam Deck, bro. Guess who just got discharged from the hospital for a gunshot wound? Wait, what? What the fuck happened? Wait, what? Holy shit. You got money, bro? No, it's a Christmas present. It's a Christmas present.
Full visions.
My mom and dad are getting me. But my mom was like, just order it whenever you see it on sale. But I didn't see it on sale. But I saw the refurbished ones. And one of them was like available. I was like, oh shit, I better get that shit real quick. My 6-hour M18 shot me in my holster because I was CCW carrying. Holy shit. Aren't those like famous for like going off? Dude, are you good, bro? Where did you get shot? Yo, shut up, I'm tired with the 31 months, thank you!
I am Fire DJ, just sub with Prime. Hello, JB.
I bought it before I knew that though?
It
Is
my
that...
birthday today.
Where did you shoot yourself, bro? Are you good? Holy shit. My right inner thigh and it stopped right before my kneecap. Holy shit. You fucking shot yourself. It's okay, but I have a big ass hole. Dude, that's fucking crazy, bro. Did it hurt? Did it hurt? Dude, did that shit hurt? Yo, shout out Cloud with the 17 months, thank you! Holy shit. Your name ain't Deadpool for nothing, no, you're literally just gonna regen that shit.
Subscribed.
They gave me ketamine, holy shit. Is that shit lit? Bro literally felt insane. What the fuck? So you're just walking and it shot you? Dude, yeah, I heard about that. Like, bro, the fucking SIGs, apparently they do that. Like, they just go off randomly. It was awesome. I was walking in my garage doing laundry. Holy shit. What's up, Fruit? Dude, that's fucking crazy, bro. Alright. Yeah, I'm not gonna get a SIG then. I'm gonna get something else. That's actually insane. Do not buy a SIG. Hell no, bruh. I've seen videos of that. Like, that shit just randomly goes off. Where's my water bottle? That's why you get an HK. What are the best pistol? How's the Steam Deck? It hasn't arrived yet. I literally just bought it this morning. I got the LCD. I know everybody says get the OLED, but when the LCD is $200 cheaper than the OLED, I'm sorry, I'm getting the LCD. I do not care that much for an OLED. For a $200 price difference. What's a SIG? Oh, they're already out of stock! I got this one. I would have gotten this one, but this one was the only one in stock. And I bought it, and as soon as I bought it, this one went in stock. But now they're both out of stock. But yeah, I got the 512 LCD. Holy shit. Springfield Armory, those are goated. Dude, I want to get like a 1911. Just because they look cool. Can you upgrade the memory? Yeah, you can upgrade the memory. I think there's a micro SD card slot and you could put extra memory on there. New Blade single. Springfield Armory 1911 is fire. Hold up, I think I literally have some videos saved with that shit. That's literally the shit that Dante has, no? Shout out O'Shea with the 25 months, thank you!
Underscore Shay just sub with Prime. Hey stupid idiot Lemmy, borrow 50
Dude, that's
bucks.
crazy that you actually shot yourself in the leg, bro. Did the safety just like... How does the safety work on that? Did it like touch something, or did it just fucking go off by itself for no reason? Your safety was legit on, bro? Yeah, I don't even know then. What the fuck? That's actually insane. That shit just went off. Yo, shout out Anaya with the 38 month, thank you!
Anayu03 just subscribed.
Dude, I'm trying to get a snake pistol. 45, huh? Yeah, I fucking shot myself. Oh my god, thanks for the bit.
However, when I carry concealed, no joke, this type of grip here really chafed the skin, and it
Holy
did start to
shit.
wear off. This grip came off.
What
I
pistol
remember
does
on the
Leon
side
have?
While I was carrying it. Outside the waistband.
I'm really
I
about to
do
start
believe-
role-playing.
Who made the inside the waistband holster for me? Was it Milt Sparks? I can't remember. I briefly.
My doctor said I should buy a lottery ticket because he said I'm literally insanely lucky. Holy fuck, and you're just chilling in the Twitch chat like nothing? Like, yeah, I fucking shot myself. Bro, that's fucking crazy. Dude, yeah, get rid of that gun and get a different gun, bro.
One, I thought it just looked so different, so, you know, it might have been my
What's up,
fifth
J9?
1911 ever owned. Now the first three
Hit
1911s
Viper
I
1911? Dude, that sounds expensive. That sounds like it's gonna be $4,000.
ever owned were Kimbers. A Kimber Pro, or, I can't remember, Kimber Pro, one was a stainless, one was blued. I definitely remember the CDP2, I think that was the one with the melted, you know, corners, everything. It was a
Leon got some
two-tone.
HK.
Carried that one. It was I think it was an
Leon
officer's size.
pistol.
It was a Jam-O-Matic. Jammed on everything, I recall. Then I went for a Springfield.
He has a HK. Wait, what does he have? Well, he uses different guns in the game. Leon model. When's the shooting range stream? When I could fucking afford a gun. What's up, Bailey? Yeah, I don't know what Leon's gun looks like. We're doing this the next time you cancel stream, bro? What is this? What the fuck? Holy shit, how is he holding himself up like that? This is the DLC one? What is the SOCOM pistol?
This is the HK Mark 23. It was developed for use by SOCOM or Special Operations, and the handgun is massive. Now, I'm a big dude.
Do I get a
6'4",
solid
have
snake pistol?
Absolutely huge hands, and this handgun looks kind of normal sized in my hands, but it is not normal sized. This gun, with its laser aiming module or LAM, and its suppressor and a full magazine, is just shy of 5
Dude, that shit is literally
pounds
solid
in
snake
weight.
pistol.
Now, they call this an offensive handgun, but it was offensively heavy, and those that it was given to use.
A Sig Sauer. This shit, bro. Who uses this gun? This is the default gun that they gave you in Battlefield 6.
Alright, Glock fan boys. Each
This
your
is the
hideout,
one?
man. You might want to go ahead and dislike the video or keep it moving because this gun is way better than the Glock, and it took over for the Army as their standard sidearm. Night sights already, red dot kit. Alright.
Dude, yeah, there's a whole thing about them. They just go off by themselves. That's scary. That should just start shooting at you by itself, bro. What the fuck? That's actually insane. P320. The old dude?
Hickok 45 here. All right, y'all been asking me over and over.
My sleep schedule has
what's
been
my
so bad,
impression?
bro. I
What's
didn't
my
sleep at
take?
all last
What do
night.
I think?
I took like
What's
a 4-hour nap today.
Completely empty. P320.
My brother has one. Should I tell him not to use that? Dude, tell him be careful. That shit goes off by itself.
Yes, this one is a 9mm, and it is the pretty much exact. Not a replica. It's one of the military models, right? Okay, it's a commemorative. Okay, so it's a couple of
My
mine. I
sleep
have
is so
one more I
fucked,
don't
too.
have with me. It's the
Dude, yeah, my
compact
shit is bad.
P320 compact. In fact, it was supposed
So
to.
bad.
Well, it was there really a recall, was it? But you have the drop safety issue with those, and I
Dude,
could
is your
have
leg gonna be good, bro, or are you gonna have like some sort of permanent damage now? Or are you just gonna heal?
sent it back in to have that worked on, but I decided I just wouldn't drop.
That's crazy. Is that your first time getting shot?
I don't trust
I
them.
don't know what type of question that is, but dude, that's crazy.
Maybe
You're
it's just
bro,
thrill.
you're acting like this is just like a random day in the park.
And I can't figure
Bro, you
out
got
what it
fucking
is.
shot,
Again, I'm making this up. It's hypothetical, or I wouldn't be driving that car today. I just got.
I will have permanent damage, yeah, but they said I should get most of my function back. Damn, bro. Holy shit, that is crazy. Yo, shout out Beef Goose. What a gift, tier one. Thank you.
Yeah, right. Well,
Holy
I
shit.
don't want that GMC. I don't care. You don't know what the problem is.
Goose
I don't
just
want it. I don't
subscribed.
want to drive it. When's that going to happen to me? It could. Maybe.
I was looking at the 1911s, bro. These are cool. This shit is like some Devil May Cry shit. I don't think that it's properly sinking in, to be honest, because it happened yesterday, so we chilling. Holy shit, that's fucking insane.
Here.
When you holster it, like, how do you have it holstered?
Just gorgeous.
What does CCW stand for? Is that concealed?
firearm? Springfield Professional. This one is a professional operator because it has the rail. This one I told you guys before.
Because I know
it's
some
already got
people
my
like
name on it.
holster their shit like in
I
their
would,
waist, like
give
in their
you a
crotch
review.
waist area, but that shit seems
And,
scary, bro.
this is it.
Like, what if that shit
This is
goes
a
off and
elusive
blows
one
my
for
dick
me.
off?
I say elusive
Hell
one
no,
because
bruh.
I had this gun before, and then I sold it.
Like, literally blows my
Bullshit.
dick off.
I sold it to fund my
Concealed
ACW,
carry weapons
which
permit.
At the time was
Oh. HK USP. Holy shit. This is literally fucking Counter-Strike CT gun. Concealed carry weapon, and I have it in the front because it's a concealed better. That's why I hit my inner thigh. Damn! Dude, you almost shot your dick off, bro.
good decision to fund
Oh!
it. I did all that. I had my
That's
experience
crazy.
with ACW, and you know, I just decided that I'm more
Holy
of a
shit, be
Springfield person,
careful,
as you
bruh.
see with all my other videos. But I'm glad to have this back. Again, this is the Pro model in 45
That's crazy.
ACP.
45, huh?
I got kind of lucky in that, you know.
How does
I
the
like to
safety
buy my
work with
guns
that?
Locally. Every now and then I'll pull one off.
Immediately
the internet,
checked
but
if
I really like to
if
buy
I hit my dick, I
locally.
was freaking out.
And there's
Holy
nothing.
fuck!
You know, the chances
Because you
of
wouldn't
seeing
even
this
know,
gun
huh?
in
You
my
wouldn't even
area
like
was-
the adrenaline. You wouldn't even
it's pretty
feel it.
slim.
Like boom,
It's
you look
a
down
rare
and your
gun in and of
fucking
itself.
dick is on the floor,
But
bro. Holy
I
shit!
bought a
Yeah, that
different
must have been
Pro
scary as fuck.
before getting this one. I bought this one, and I had it for all of about a month. And then I was searching.
I was
locally
pointing it
some more,
tilted
and I
further away
saw
from my
another
crotch
one pop
specifically
up.
for that reason.
And I had to get
Dude, holy shit!
this one as well.
That's crazy.
Both 45. The difference is that
Holy shit!
this one right here, if you look at the serial number, this is an older one. CRG
Shoot my
3274.
cock off.
This is going to be one during the FBI contract era, when Springfield was building these guns for
Blowing
the
your
FBI.
dick off, dude. I'm
They
gonna get
no
the
longer do that
Dante
anymore.
holsters. Where he
This
has
one
them like
here
this?
is going to be a later model before they did away with making these in the pro shop. So I'm going to do a little bit of comparison of both of these before I get started. Let's just take a second to just appreciate the beauty of this.
Dude, the 1911s are clean, bro.
I mean, it is a gorgeous firearm. I remember when I first got into 1911s and I saw this
What
gun,
a
I was like, wow,
shit.
that is insanely gorgeous. But it's a Springfield. I'm not going to spend that much money on a Springfield when I can get a Wilson Combat or a Nighthawk or something. Barrel. You can see they're both National Match barrels. Both have Novak sights.
If I were to
in
get
the
a
back.
pistol, I'd probably get something like this. I don't know. Everyone says get a
Helps
Glock,
with,
but I shot a Glock before, and that shit feel like plastic. Like it feels like a toy. I don't know. Like I'd be forgetting it's like a real, like gun.
It literally just rubs off with a little bit.
Like I would probably need my shit to be like metal or
CLP
something.
or whatever, and it holds up a lot better.
Cause if that shit's plastic, I don't know.
Cerakote. Got a
I feel like I
few
accidentally fucking
scratches
shoot
and wear
myself
marks
pretending
on
it's
this.
forgetting it's a real fucking gun.
Over here. I did some
Non-binary
with
trigger.
my-
What do
my
those
Dremel.
do? The hollow
So
point
that-
holes are
that's not
insane
as
too.
sharp,
Glad it was
but that's the
HV,
difference
so
there.
it didn't go all the way through, but it made
the
a
front,
huge hole. The entire boom
This
channel
has
is at
got
least 6 inches of
25
empty
LPI
hole.
lines per inch.
Holy shit! I can
Checkering.
see into my
This has
leg.
nothing,
Holy
it's bald.
fuck,
I put some tape on here. I believe it's
dude!
some skateboard tape.
How? What did you do?
And that
Like,
helps with some traction.
how did you?
but
How did you
this
get to the
comes bald,
hospital?
and this comes checkered.
Did someone like drive you to the hospital or something?
A little bit of
Did you like do?
undercut
Did you like
here
do
and
like
here.
a tourniquet or
Do the
something?
same when I hold it in my hand.
Holy shit!
On the bottom,
Can you walk?
the Colt Combat Unit. Now there's two
It shoots
different
once you pull the
versions of it.
trigger and then
There's
shoots
a
another
version
when
that
it's
came out
released.
First of the Colt Combat Unit rail. It had
Oh, like a burst fire
it
almost,
did not
something
have
like that.
a magwell. And
So
it
how
had
does
a
the safety on
single
this work?
side safety?
Isn't this like you have to like be gripping it from the back and holding it here?
This is the one that came out later, a couple years later, and you can see it's got.
My girlfriend called
anti-safety on
911. I
both
used my
sides,
t-shirt to put
and a
pressure on
magwell.
it. The police put a tourniquet
Railgun
and
does
helped
not come
put pressure
with
as
a
well.
magwell.
Holy
This
shit!
is one that I happened to purchase. It's different
crazy,
from when
bro.
I last made my video. It is a Smith & Alexander magwell with a lanyard loop on it. I like their
Dude,
this
be
got
freaking careful.
night sights in the front, and this one just has a regular.
That shit just went
regular
off
white
by
dot.
itself.
What else? The grips that come on here, really nice. These are some aftermarket grips, but these are the standard ones. You can see Colt. And I'll put some, well, I don't ever take range footage because I don't have
Are
the-
you able to like
the
walk right
quality
now?
that I would want to put out there, but I do have some after the fact range footage. And you'll be
Emo
able to
hair
see,
man watching gun
my
video.
groupings with this at 10 yards compared to the railgun at 10 yards as well.
Hello 911.
So,
Dude, I
that
fucking
is
shot
those two
myself.
guns
My fucking
in a
leg.
nutshell. Once again, let you guys see that.
Dude, this is some Devil May Cry shit.
Two markings, Colt Combat Unit and Colt Railgun. And that is your difference there.
A rocket launcher fully
Now, let's compare it
automatic?
to
Dude, that'd be way
TRP.
too OP.
A lot of people, they want to compare it to, well, how's it compare to a TRP?
I'm doing okay, I can kind of walk, but I had to put gauze into the
That's
hole
my
every few
TRP.
hours to stop the oozing. No pain meds, just raw dogging, putting it
And,
in and out. Holy shit, what the
finish
fuck?
on this, I believe, is
Bro
a-
think he's Snake in Metal Gear Solid Delta or something,
I'll
bro.
have to get back to you, or
Holy
I'll
shit.
Post a thing up on what
You're
this
literally
finish
doing-
is, but this finish,
Hold
you
up.
know, it's durable. It's not as durable as
MGS
the
Delta,
DLC icon is going to be, but it holds up pretty good.
pure animations,
as
bullet
I show you all my
wound.
scratches on it. But
This is bro after. Dude, this game was fire. It just should have not been $70 though. god, that probably hurt. I want to replay this game. Dude, the graphics actually look really, really good, actually.
Arrow.
What's up, Akui? What's up, Love Elias?
Either both.
I haven't had food all day,
Both have no
but my mom's
sights in the
making some
back.
dinner.
Same type of hammer.
I was gonna make some food, but my mom was like, I'm making dinner. I'm
This
like,
one
okay.
has
So I'm waiting for her to finish. She's making some like beef and potatoes and mushrooms. Some of that shit.
25 LPI checkering. And let's see here, it does have a custom magwell, an ambi safety. I think that's probably
I'm hungry, shut the fuck up. Philly cheesesteak, holy shit.
quick scroll through here. This is really nice. Between the
Holy
front strap
shit.
checkering and the mainspring housing checkering.
45,
and
huh?
grips, you have a really capability
Finished
to
my
have a
last
strong
exam?
grip on it, but
Holy
not too
shit,
aggressive.
good luck, bro. Hopefully you passed, I
Excellent
think.
value. This is probably the best value Colt puts out, in my opinion, today.
What are other cool gun?
So as you can see, just a really sharp gun. It's really well made, well put together. It's tight.
Just get the gun that the cool video game characters have.
New Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0 10 mil Backpacker Edition. New Smith & Wesson.
Holy shit.
You know, when you've got a 10 millimeter, you just want to shoot it, don't you?
What's up, Honda Civic?
Oh, don't you? You want to smoke some pot too? Yeah, maybe even shoot paper.
Oh yeah, every time I watch this
have no
guy's
other
videos,
choice.
his aim is fucking crazy.
How?
Shows your deck? I don't have it yet. I bought it, but it's gonna arrive. There's probably gonna be delays on it too because of the holidays and shit. But I'm excited. Bro, I'm excited for the Steam Deck. You literally just remind me that I got one too. I forgot. Dude. I'm actually so hyped. What should I play on it? I low-key saw like I was wondering if you could stream on it. Steam Deck. And I saw this dude streaming on it with like this cool little webcam. Like you could connect your webcam on it. But this camera, I'm gonna have to buy this.
Again, I wanted to try this.
It's like this little like webcam.
More than likely, you would do something.
And this seems like perfect for it. You could like bend it and shit.
How well it worked.
Dude. I'm gonna just be streaming in the middle of like a fucking airport or some shit. Yo, what's up, guys?
Bringing you another banger video right here from my backyard.
Dude,
on
this is actually
wet
so
and
cool.
murky day.
I saw it went back in stock
No.
after the winter sale went up. Yeah, the refurbished ones went in stock. Right when the winter sale went up, the refurbished ones went in stock, and that's when I got one.
But seriously, yeah. So the macro lens being in
This is
the
so cool.
magnified position is what caused the, you know, that getting a camera to work on there. At least none that I know of, unless it's an officially
Dude,
licensed.
this is actually awesome. Just stream for fucking from fucking whatever. Are you gonna pick up any games that you're never gonna finish during this winter sale? I don't know. I low-key already picked up like all of these. Is there anything else I should pick up though? I'm low-key not in a rush when it comes to Steam sales because GG Deals is low-key just like the Steam sale, but like fucking permanently. Sometimes there'll be games that are cheaper on Steam though. What's up, Uliso? You can stream from the toilet while playing Counter-Strike. The only thing about the Steam Deck is that you can't play some games that require like anti-cheat because it's Linux. Like you can't play Fortnite. I mean you can, but you have to do a workaround. Like you have to get like Windows and stuff and like dual boot and do all that shit. I'm not doing all that. But it would be cool if like some of these anti-cheating games like had like Linux support so I could like play Fortnite. Finish GTA 5 please, I beg, before GTA 6 comes out. Your chance to grab Neo 2, how much is that? Let me check. I think I'm dehydrated. Oh, it's 20 bucks. I could probably find it somewhere else cheaper. Games with other launchers are asked to start on the Steam Deck. Yeah, that's annoying, bro. I hate that. I freaking hate when that happens, bro. What's up, cute nerds? Hello, bro. Dude, what the fuck? Dude, I need to get one of these, bro. What the hell is this? It's like some cartel shit, bro. Holy shit. Literally. What's for dinner? Beef and potato and mushroom and rice. Where'd the bald man's shaking? I didn't take it down. Twitch took it down, bro. I used to love that emote. The dude like going like that with his tongue. Dude, Twitch took it down. I don't know why. They said it was violating terms of service or something. I don't know. I guess they just really did not like it. Literally.
Reliability.
You gotta launch off Ubisoft's launcher even offline. Wait, so you can't even play offline with that? Loki, we just gonna pirate on that shit. I don't give a fuck anymore, bro. Yeah, they took that shit down. Why the fuck did they do that? Win our game.
Where I go, they like hold back. About the corner office out the cul-de-sac. Where's Iceberg Slim? He was the coldest cat. Get your swag back, daddy. Where your focus at? Gotta admit a little bit, I was sick of rap, but despite that, the boy is back. Now everywhere I go, they like.
Oh, that's fire. Revolver Ocelot, bro.
Hold back. About the corner office out the cul-de-sac. Where's Iceberg Slim? He was the coldest cat.
Holy shit. That's awesome. Oh yeah, I need to get a 9 to 11. These are too clean. My Steam Deck, it says delivery is 6 to 10 days, but they also said expect delayed delivery due to like high volume. Due to like high volume and shit like that. And the holidays probably. Instagram Reel. Steam Deck. I was actually surprised what you could play on the Steam Deck. Like, I low-key was just under the impression that it was pretty strong, but like, I didn't think it was that crazy. Like, I didn't think you could play like that many games on it. Bro, people are like playing these Unreal Engine games on it. Like, bro, this guy's just playing Silent Hill 2. Probably like really low settings and stuff, but like still like 30 FPS, dude. For a handheld, that's not bad at all, bro. That's actually really good. MGS figure. Oh, speaking of the MGS figure, I finally got like the confirmation that that shit's gonna arrive this month. Oh, this is sick. That's fire. What game are you playing on it first? On the Steam Deck? I don't know. Probably like... I'm gonna get a bunch of PS2 games for sure. I'll get a bunch of PS2 games. Ooh. What's gonna happen to my Vita now? Good. Putting it to rest. It served me well. Get a squad and play this game? Keep gambling.
Keep gambling.
Mixed reviews. What the fuck is this? Dude, this is this is the type of shit that I would like show to like my IRL homie as like a joke, but then he'll actually be like, bro, let's play this. We'll end up playing it for like 40 hours for a week. I wonder how hot the deck gonna be though. I actually think it was worth it. I think at the end of the day, it is the best value handheld, I feel like. Dude, yeah, I'm probably gonna download a bunch of like PS3 and PS2 era games. Magnums? Dude, Road Rage is actually crazy. Holy shit. Wait, there's crazy gore in this game. I didn't know that. Should I play this? That makes me want to play. Slicing them in half. No, I never played this game. High Guard, the next big thing. Dude, true. Yeah, I've never played that. Damn, you could really just play a shit ton of shit on this. Why didn't you just get the Nintendo Switch 2? Cyberpunk, dude, 20 FPS. The Switch 2, eh? What's on the Switch 2? Aren't the games like literally $90? The Switch versus the Steam Deck is low-key like... The Switch versus the Steam Deck is low-key like the Xbox versus PlayStation, like, resurrected discourse. My balls in Mario. What's up, Cheetos? I should look, you get like a screen protector. Guys, what are some part-time jobs where I could just sit behind a desk and do nothing and play on my Steam Deck all day? Raw dog it? No, bro. I'm low-key running my phone naked right now. Because I dropped my phone and my screen protector broke. And I like swiped my thumb over like the screen and it cut into my finger and I started bleeding and shit. So I had to take the screen protector off because I didn't want to cut myself anymore. So my phone is butt naked right now. No screen protector, no nothing. Pizza Place Night Guard, Five Nights at Freddy's. Why does a pizza place have a night guard? I know your phone's sticky, soft hands. I remember when I used to play Fruit Ninja on my phone, I would put like olive oil on my screen so that my finger could swipe really fast and like butter on my screen. Yes, up, boy, living life with a 31 more. Yeah, that shit works, bro. That shit is like oil. Like I would put like a drop of oil, like when I was a kid, and I would like smear the oil all over like the screen. It would make my finger like really like, bro. That shit was crazy on Fruit Ninja. Competitive, bro. It works. Or you could use butter. Or low-key, if you're greasy, you could kind of like rub the phone screen on like your forehead, and the oils on your forehead will transfer over. I used to do that as a kid too. That shit works too. Try it right now. Try it right now. You'll get oil on your screen. It's the truth. What are you talking about, bro? I don't know. I don't know, but you guys think they're gonna make a Devil May Cry remake? The new Lego Batman. That's gonna be cool. I might not. I don't think I'm gonna get it on release though. Cause I feel like that shit's like $70, right? I think I'll just wait for that shit to go on sale. I have a pimple. I'm picking at the scab. Yeah, I'm gonna just wait for the sale. Batman Beyond skin's coming to Fort? Yeah, I did see that. They also have like a Winter Miku and like Bleach coming and shit. Pretty cool. Pretty cool, but I don't really like the season. Get this game? What is this? Oh, I was looking at this actually. I think I have this on my wish list. Is this multiplayer? Deathmatch, team deathmatch. Body cam. Whatever happened to that other game? Zombie map. Whoa, this actually looks kind of cool. It runs like dog shit? Really? Let me guess, is it Unreal Engine 5? Wow. The zombie mode looks cool. The OG season is out? What OG season? Steam Deck Skate 3. Loki, I might get... If Skate 3 runs good... Oh yeah, it's chilling at 60 FPS. Bro! This is probably the first thing I'm gonna download. Yo, you need to stream this. We, as in all of us, want to see you play it. This shit better not be like some like hentai game or something. What is this? Holy shit. What the fuck? Dude, you're not even the cycler, you're the manager. So you're just watching them bike around?
Sponsor declares an interest.
I thought you would be like one of them. No, you're just watching them do it. I'm not playing this shit. Dude, get this shit out of my face. You're just a camera in the sky. What the hell? That's pretty cool, I guess. Football Manager? Dude, I've never heard of these games. What is Football Manager? We are all on that. Yo, who's still playing Skate, the new Skate game? What Steam Deck did you buy? I bought the 512 gigabyte LCD. Because there was a refurbished one in stock. For like 350. I'll be playing that shit. I'm on right now, hop on. I feel like more people would... They should have just made a collection of the OG games. Just ported them. The Skate collection. The trilogy. And then kept online. I feel like they could easily do that, no? Just port the Skate games over. But live service, bro. If they can't continue to keep somehow getting money out of your pocket, what are they gonna do? But Battle Pass, man. Oh, dude, everything's a bubble. Gaming is low-key in a bubble. Dude, do you see that Nvidia is gonna reduce their GPU production by like 30 to 40%? Bro, that's crazy. GPUs are gonna be fucked. I was about to get a 9070 XT, but then I was like, nah, bruh. Like, I low-key don't need a new GPU. It would low-key complete my setup, but I'm like, bro, I don't want to waste any more money. I'd rather just get the Steam Deck. I want my side part to look as good as yours. Thanks. I would upgrade my GPU, but I have a PS5. Like, my computer is completely fine when it comes to playing multiplayer games. And when it comes to single player games, especially like heavy ones like Unreal Engine 5 games, I'd rather just like get them on the PS5. Put that shit to use. We need to see you playing this game. What's this? Experiment with ragdolls. Wait, if this is... Whoa, this shit actually looks fun. What is this? Do they have to be like Minecraft people? Why can't they make it look like more realistic? It's kind of cool though. My god. Why will he only play a game if there's gore and death? I don't know. It's kind of making me hungry though. What's up, Undercover? Holy shit. They're just gonna destroy the whole truck. Whoa! Dude, this game looks cool. Oh. What's up, Microwave? What are you gonna play the first when you get it? The Steam Deck? Ooh, I'm probably gonna just put a bunch of PS2 and PS3 games on it. Stuff like that. Probably like Skate 3. Skate 3. Metal Gear Solid. Probably the Yakuza games. Yeah, the Yakuza game. I saw some clip from the Outlast Trials and it literally looks like some snuff film. I don't know how the devs of that game were getting away with that shit. Yeah, there's been some... Yeah, there really has been like some crazy shit in Outlast. I mean, even back in the first one, it was kind of crazy. Oh, I just popped my freaking pimple. Like sometimes the Outlast shit is just a little bit too like, bro, like this is too much. Get the shit out of my face. Like the whole pregnant thing that was happening with the baby in Outlast 2. Like, bro, I was closing my eyes. Like that was too much. Yeah, I played Amnesia. I never finished it though. Dude, this looks so fun. Also, what Metal Gear Solid game has the darkest storytelling? The darkest storytelling. Metal Gear Solid game. Probably Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes. I rarely play horror. They should make Outlast 3. Oh my god! Outlast 3 would be cool. Play Outlast Trials? Play Outlast Trials? I already played it before. I think it's okay. I like the single player more. I think it's a lot more scary. I like Alien Isolation though. That's a good game. Alien Isolation's good. They're gonna make a second Alien Isolation. It'll probably look 2% better than the first game and run like a lot worse. Bro hitting puberty in his 30s? Yeah. So what? Dude, this is kind of like that car game, BeamNG. You know what I'm talking about? Your next game is Resident Evil 8. My next game is Metro. I want to play Metro. Oh, yeah, that was really cool. Play OG Resident Evil 4? Yeah, I'll probably get those. I'll probably play that on the Steam Deck. I really wish we had more ports for like PS3 era games instead of it just being stuck. Like Little Big Planet. Games where every pixel is physically simulated and rendered in real time. Every single light ray has to be reflected and the light has to be simulated in real time. So the game is literally a simulation of real life. I don't give a fuck if your game runs at 2 FPS. This is how video games are now. It's not about the functionality anymore. Whee! You know what I was looking at actually? Devil May Cry. All Devil May Cry games.
Steam Deck. I also made a video showing more of Devil May Cry 5, which you should find the pinned comment. I talk more about.
Just turns into a fucking movie, no more gameplay. I mean, that's kind of like what they really want to turn games into now, huh? Just movie, basically.
And the controls are way more forgiving than on the previous games, definitely. I've seen that Devil May Cry, as time went on, a lot more accessibility with the controls, which...
I want to do the Yakuza games too. Would you guys be mad if I played through these by myself on the Steam Deck? Without you guys, without streaming it? No, I wouldn't do that to you guys.
Hang on, gotta heal.
I'd stream it.
I forgot.
Try streaming on it? I am. I want to get like a little webcam for the Steam Deck and stream from the Steam Deck.
Fine, not an issue at
while
all.
I'm in the middle of a fucking like.
Of course, if you have
Burger
a
King drive-thru or
Steam
some
Deck,
bullshit.
make sure that you lock the frame rate to 60. Don't waste battery.
Drop more vids. I always be watching you
nothing.
during school instead of getting my education. All right, bet. What's up, Lemery?
So since this one is super easy to run, let's jump into handheld
Now, my laptop works.
right now. I'll show you how it looks on the smaller screen. Alright guys, we're back, now in handheld. And now it's locked to 60 because I locked the user.
Highguard will bring humanity together like Pokemon Go. Think about it, it's free, it's not UE5 Slav, creator of Titanfall on all platforms.
The Steam Deck's
Holy shit, you're right.
60 option.
Dude, I literally didn't even
Unless
think
you
about
give you
that.
like 3 hours of battery or more. Now we're at 77% battery.
Wow.
And this one I think came out before Yakuza 0 in real life. And again, this one is on PlayStation 4. Don't remember if this came out on PlayStation 3.
This did not come out before. Did it come out before Yakuza 0 in real life?
Oh good, I cannot skip this. Hold up, one sec. Alright, after the interruption of side quest, let's see if we can find people to...
What type of music do you listen to? I don't really listen to music. Yeah, I kind of hate music. So, that's that. I'm done with music. Whoa.
Полки идут стеной, красиво держат строй, и гордо шелестят знамена. Комбат и рядовой, единой
I listen to this music.
судьбой, мы связаны навек, друг мой. Служить России суждено тебе и мне. Служить России, удивительной стране, где солнце новое встает.
Should I go see if my mom's... Should I go see if my mom's done making food? Dude, this is kind of crazy. It's like a gun. Spotify rap? I stopped using Spotify like half a year ago. They're charging me when I use Musi. We all on Musi. No, literally. The movie Battle Royale? That's the Japanese movie, right? No, I've never seen it. I think I've heard of, like I've seen of it. Battle Royale. Should I get one of these for Christmas?
Плечом к плечу идут российские войска, и пусть военная дорога нелегка, мы будем верой и правдою служить России.
Get to. Japanese ladybugs? What are those? Whoa, no way.
After 30 hours of playing Dark Souls 3 on the Steam Deck, I didn't expect it to become my favorite way to play, but honestly, it did.
Dude, this shit is like the new PSP. Like I'm so excited. I'm so excited for it to arrive. Like I feel like a little kid waiting for my PSP again.
Good overall game.
Are you older than Leon from Resident Evil 9? I'm older than Solid Snake and MGS4. Yeah.
Experience.
How about Battlefield 4 Premium for $3? Dude. If people are still on that game, dude, that game is so good. I love that game.
There's something about Dark Souls 3 that just fits the Steam Deck perfectly.
Snake Eater!
On the Steam Deck, you can just pick it up anytime, on the couch, in bed, really anywhere, and just get fully immersed in the game. I've personally really been enjoying Dark Souls 3 on the Steam Deck, and I've sunk in nearly 40 hours gameplay so far. And because it runs offline just fine, you don't need to worry about it being connected. No
Snake
lag,
is so hot. I think Metal Gear Solid Delta is a good remake. I really like it actually. Solid Snake mod. Not that one. This one? If I paid you $10, will you play Genshin Impact the whole way through? Fuck no. Snake. I wonder how, I feel like, how would Snake look like in Remake, like Solid Snake?
I'm a CIA agent. I've come to escort you back to the other side of the Iron Curtain. You're CIA? Yeah.
Yeah, I think the shorter hair is accurate.
I was sent by Major...
But I think the top would be shorter a bit too.
Being so late. Did he now?
It looks a bit weird here.
To me. By the way, your Russian is superb.
Yeah, we're gonna have to just see how he looks like in the official remake. But I think they did really good with the I think they did good with the Snake model in Delta. I think he looks really good actually. Snake. Yeah, let me go see if let me go see if food ready. BRB, I'm hungry.
Shoot him! Do you hear me? I said shoot him!
Sorry, Colonel. I'm afraid I can't do that.
What do you mean you can't?
I made a promise to the boss.
Silence! I am your commanding officer. Are you questioning my authority?
Fight like a man, Volgin.
Volgin?
Emergency. Explosives have been detected. All non-EOD personnel must evacuate immediately.
Ocelot, find those bombs!
Repeat. Explosives have been detected. All non-EOD personnel must evacuate immediately.
Move it! Ready for some more, Snake?
I got some beef and potato and some rice. yeah, holy shit, this shit is like steaming hot though. I think if I eat this right now, it's gonna fucking burn my whole mouth and fucking kill me. What should we watch? I've been meditating and shit. Like breathing exercises. That's good. I used to do that, like breathing exercises and shit, and like
3Ds before the gym. These are 75
it actually
grams of
like
carbs in total.
helped my stress a lot. I need to do that again.
Come on, come on.
Dude, this kid is 16.
Let's go,
Shit.
Come on, you got it?
To be honest, I've been jerking off. It helps with breathing.
No way.
No, I don't do any of that. My shit don't work anymore. Yeah, low-key don't get it. I like it though. Dude, I'm eating this beef and rice. Should we put on a documentary or something? I had like a good bunch of documentaries I wanted to watch while I eat. I think I have them in my save for later. I always get videos that are like, damn. Conspiracy theories that turned out to be true. Evil shit that the CIA has done. Ask Santa for dip bars. Those are good. Bought a Steam Deck to play all games on your PC and the only games you play are Fortnite. Dude, I haven't played Fortnite in like a long time. Huh.
How's it going? I'm Owen. Nice to meet you, Owen. Wow.
I don't want to watch this. Alright, bro, don't send me don't send me any more shit. I'm done watching shit, bro. Trying to watch a documentary on something. Oh, let's put on this shit. I've been holding off on watching this, but I've been wanting to watch this. Dude, it's too obvious. Like, do we even need a whole documentary?
Private island in the Caribbean.
This shit is crazy.
As this Gatsby-like figure of mystery.
He was stunningly rich. He had a $20 million house, his own private island in the Caribbean.
Has a nickname, the Pedophile Island.
In 2005, the Palm Beach Police Department received reports
The ball
of
dropping
young
40
women
minutes, bro.
going
What
to
we
and
need
from his residence.
You think? is anything they're dropping even gonna be like, I don't know. How could you trust, like, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't, I don't know. You're just gonna see a bunch of black ink all over shit.
There was an ever-revolving door of girls.
Who else was underage?
All of them.
Okay, here's the thing. Everybody's talking about Trump this, Epstein that. We've watched live as the entire MAGA movement completely reversed their position. One moment it was, release the files, crooked Hillary murdered Epstein. Now it's all, and that's just a bunch of liberal nonsense. Epstein totally killed himself. Why are we even still talking about this? The hypocrisy is almost unbelievable. However, the leftists are also being dishonest, and here's why. They say that the reason Trump won't release the full files is because he's implicated on the list. Trump and Epstein were friends after all, ergo, Trump banged some teenage girls, and he's trying to cover it up. I don't buy that story, and here's why. If Trump was really implicated by the Epstein files, why didn't Biden release that information? The Democrats hate Trump more than anything. They tried everything they could to impeach him. If he was really on the Epstein list, why wouldn't they expose that fact? They could have totally ruined his reputation, at least with independents and with a lot of Republicans too. No. Trump knew Epstein.
We got Chomsky on the files.
Circles,
no, literally, bro.
They
got everyone on that shit.
Blown out of
Am I watching like unironic liberal slop right now?
proportion. There is no evidence.
I thought this was gonna be some like cool shit.
That Trump did anything to those girls, okay? And we're gonna stop throwing around those accusations. Not only is that dishonest,
Well, he's being sarcastic.
it's
but
actually hiding something far more sinister. We need
if you're gonna try and paint this that it's like, oh, it's only Republicans and Democrats have nothing to do with any of that shit, like, you're dead wrong.
to ask ourselves, how come neither the Republicans nor the Democrats are willing to tell the
Let me hear him out.
full truth? Who are they trying to protect? To answer that question, we need to tell the true story of Jeffrey Epstein.
Could you please give us your name? Jeffrey Epstein.
How are you not even dead, bro?
Sexually attracted to underage minor females. Are you kidding?
Epstein started off as just a normal dude, just a chill guy. He was born to a working-class Jewish family in New York City. He was smart, but not particularly successful, and he actually dropped out of college in 1974. And that is where things get weird. This 21-year-old college dropout with no teaching experience gets hired to teach math and physics at the Dalton School. The Dalton School is an elite, highly selective Ivy League preparatory school. How did that happen? How did such an elite school hire some random college dropout? The answer is a man named Donald Barr. Barr was a Jewish author who worked for United States intelligence and was also the headmaster of the Dalton School. He hired Epstein after one meeting. Yes, that's right. The man who gave Epstein his first in to the world of the elites was a Jewish intelligence agent. If that seems like a weird coincidence, it gets weirder. Donald Barr also wrote a science fiction novel called Space Relations. It's this weird, perverted story about these ultra-wealthy space oligarchs who kidnap teenage girls as sex slaves. In one scene, a 15-year-old is raped by space pirates. In another scene, the main character rapes a teenage girl. Now, call me old-fashioned, but it's kind of creepy to write books like that, especially if you're the man who gave Jeffrey Epstein his first job. But it gets even weirder. Donald Barr's son, Bill Barr, was the attorney general who had Epstein arrested and declared his death a suicide. Like his father, Bill was an agent for U.S. intelligence. What a crazy coincidence, huh? After working at the Dalton School, Epstein was hired by a man named Alan Greenberg, the CEO of the investment bank Bear Stearns. Working for Greenberg, Epstein starts to rise through the ranks. Epstein traveled all over the world, managing money
Isn't
for
Ghislaine
huge
Maxwell's father
geopolitical
literally-
players. One of those players was Adnan Khashoggi, the arms dealer who helped Israel pull off
Also
the
ties.
Iran-Contra affair. For those who don't know, the Iran-Contra affair was a scandal in which President Reagan illegally gave weapons to Israel to be passed along to Iran. Why? Because Iran was at war with Saddam Hussein, and Reagan wanted to keep that war dragging on so that as many Iraqis would die as possible. There's something uniquely evil about funding both sides just to keep a war going, just to cause more destruction and suffering, but that's exactly what Reagan did. Israel helped him do it, and Epstein laundered the money. It was also during this time that Epstein met Ghislaine Maxwell, who, as we all know, became his partner in crime, helping him seduce and abuse teenage girls. Epstein met Ghislaine through her father, Robert Maxwell. Maxwell was born to a family of Yiddish-speaking Orthodox Jews in Czechoslovakia. During World War II, he fled to Britain and became a spy for British intelligence. But his loyalties were never really with Britain. He was a fervent Zionist, and during the 40s, he illegally
I
smoked—
think your dad was unironically like triple crossing and spying or whatever for multiple nations at the same time. Like some fucking ocelot shit.
weapons to Zionist militias in Israel. By the way, Lyndon B. Johnson
That
also
really is, like,
illegally
crazy
smuggled weapons
shit.
to Israel during the same time. So did Jack Ruby, the Jewish nightclub owner who killed Lee Harvey Oswald. But all of that's just a weird coincidence, I'm sure. It's pretty much a fact that Robert Maxwell was a double agent, ostensibly loyal to Britain, but really working for—
This shit was just a super carefully crafted, like, just blackmail
Israel.
operation.
Our main source on this is Seymour Hersh, but there's also the fact that Maxwell, a British member of parliament who never lived in Israel, was given an Israeli state funeral, which every living Israeli prime minister attended. He was given a burial plot in Jerusalem on the Mount of Olives, and at his funeral, Israeli Prime Minister
happened to slip
Yitzhak
off his
Shamir
yacht and
said,
die?
quote,
Are you
"This
serious?
man has done more for the state of Israel than can now be told." That's crazy, right? I mean, imagine if he'd been given a Chinese state funeral and Xi Jinping gave the eulogy. This guy was obviously a traitor, and his daughter was Jeffrey Epstein's partner in crime. Epstein got his next big break in 1987 when Stephen Hoffenberg hired him as a consultant for Towers Financial. Towers Financial later turned out to be a Ponzi scheme which stole over $1 billion from its clients. But Epstein was never charged. It didn't matter anyway because he made enough money to start his own financial management firm, J. Epstein and Company. A journalist named Michael Wolff visited Epstein's office and wrote that it was, quote, "filled with guys in Yarmulkes." Who they are—
Yeah, bro, like, this is just, like, the people that, like, got caught and we know about. Like, there's probably just, like, some, like, there's probably, like, dozens more of, like, dudes like Jeffrey Epstein.
I have no idea. That's a bit weird, right? But what's even weirder is that Epstein's company only had one known client, Les Wexner. Wexner is a Jewish billionaire and the CEO of Victoria's Secret. You know that song that's like, "I know Victoria's Secret, she's an old man that lives in Ohio"? That song is about Les Wexner. He is insanely rich and has very powerful connections. In 2008, he traveled to Jerusalem with George W. Bush to celebrate the 60th anniversary of the creation of Israel. His Wexner
Wow. You see this one?
Thank you. We have a man. I have to take a little time because every Saturday
did
night
see
used
this.
to be Sunday. Then he did so well that they put him on Saturday too. Saturday night. You know who I'm talking about? Because there's only one has Saturday and Sunday, and Saturday is considered Death Valley, but it's not death because of ratings. Nobody gets good ratings. Although actually my daughter-in-law is doing well, and you always did well. The great one, Mark Levin. And much more importantly, his much more brilliant wife. Where are you? There you are. Would you come on up here, both of you? Get up here. Get up here. Look, every Saturday, every Sunday, I'm forced to watch television to listen to this guy talk about how frickin' great I am. Because he does like Trump. There's no question about it. Come on up here, Mark. Get up here. Come on up. What a beautiful couple. Did you get lucky? If you weren't a genius, you wouldn't have a wife like this. Mark, say a couple of words. Come here, darling. And these people do like Israel.
Hold on. And he loves Israel too.
It's true.
2 seconds. Just 2 seconds. 6 years ago, I was up here. And I said, this is our first Jewish president. Now he's the first Jewish president to serve two not consecutive presidencies. We thank you
That's
for
right.
everything.
That's right. Bad things happened on the second one. Namely, the election was rigged.
Bro. People say this, but it really, like, bro, the files must be crazy, bro. They must have some insane ass
Foundation,
shit,
which was
bro.
created with the help of a rabbi.
That's
is
crazy.
dedicated to promoting Jewish leaders. Just a weird side tangent.
Like, bro. Yeah, they just have a shit ton of blackmail, bro. It's crazy.
In 1985, New York Magazine asked Wexner how he got so rich, and he responded, "I'm not kidding, that he was possessed by a demon
Isn't
that
it getting released tomorrow? I mean, let's be real. Like, is anything really gonna be shown that like they don't want that they want us to know? Like, it's like the FBI investigating themselves and finding no wrongdoing. It's like, of course not. Like,
drove him to make more money. He said that the demon had his exact
Cloud.
same face. Probably just a joke, but I don't know. That's a pretty weird joke to make. It's like too detailed to just be a silly joke. Wexner also created the Study Group, a club of Jewish billionaires dedicated to promoting Israel by funding projects for Israeli intelligence. They were very connected to the Mossad. That's right. The guy who created the Study Group, a group that worked with Israeli intelligence,
Just a
happened
capitalist,
to
bro.
be Epstein's
Just a
only known
Zionist.
client. Epstein and Wexner had this weird, almost marriage-like relationship. Wexner gave Epstein a house. He made Epstein the director of Wexner Foundation, and he even gave Epstein power of attorney. For those who don't know, giving someone power of attorney basically means that they own everything you own. They can do just about anything with your estate that you can do. Power of attorney is normally for, like, if you're becoming incompetent. For instance, my grandfather was going into dementia, so he gave my dad power of attorney so that my dad could manage all his affairs, get everything settled, pay for the nursing home, etc. But Wexner just gave it to his friend.
So America
yeah, where he asks him America first or Israel first.
first or Israel first? Or Palestine first? Don't be scared, bro. You're not doing this. Sir, you look like a raggedy, unshaved coochie. Just kidding, sir. That is not right, sir. It's a coochie face. Raggedy coochie face? Raggedy coochie face, bro. He just abandoned his mission. You could have took the stairs, bro. You didn't have to abandon the whole mission, bro.
That's crazy.
And Epstein, who he'd known for a couple years. That's not weird at all. In 2005, it came out that Epstein was abusing teenage girls. He would bring them to his home and offer them money in exchange for sexual favors. The police did
Was that
some
partier?
investigation and they found 40 witnesses with collaborating stories. Easiest case ever. So they locked this guy up for decades, right? Not exactly. Instead, Alexander Acosta, U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of
Bro, he
Florida,
probably not even dead,
offered
bro.
Epstein a plea deal. And let me tell you, this was the schmooziest, sweetest.
They're probably just like, you're probably just like chilling in Israel right now or something. Shit is crazy. Taking a shit. It's too obvious. The birthday card, bro. The birthday card.
In 2016, Donald Trump
Earned it through hard work. I did. Can we get America first or Israel first? No answer. Now he got scared. The first ones he got it. So America first or Israel first? Yeah, I'm not going to talk to you about that. You're not going to talk to me about that? So you look terrified. He just got a chill down. He skipped on the elevators and said, "I'm going to take."
Dude, what? What is David Lade doing, bro?
sold himself as the savior of the American people. Pointing at an obviously broken system, he created the idea that he was the only one who could drain the swamp, exposing the corruption of the government and empowering the other looking at you just for the virtue of being seen next to him. It began with typical neighborly stuff. In 1990,
They're probably doing like some evil ass shit that we can't even like fucking comprehend, bro. I feel like that's how deep this shit gets. Like people that have that much power and that much like wealth.
Their first real appearance together on video comes from a party that
Like-
Trump hosted where he invited NFL cheerleaders to dance and perform at Mar-a-Lago.
I really
The
like
archived
way worse
footage
than
from
what
NBC. In between shots of
we could even think
45-year-old
of.
Donald Trump dancing his heart out in a crowd full of young models, you can see him welcoming Epstein to the party, speaking to him off to the side as they watch the cheerleaders dance. In one shot, he
No, I don't
points
know.
to one girl and
I don't
says
know
to
much about the
Epstein,
Diddy
"She's hot,"
thing
before
either.
Epstein grins widely and laughs. Just a year later, Trump got married to Marla Maples, a television host and model from Georgia, at New York's historic Plaza Hotel, which he had recently purchased. Among a long list of celebrity guests was Jeffrey Epstein, who can be spotted in a number of photos from Donald Trump's second wedding. At the grand opening of the Harley-Davidson Cafe in New York at the end of 1993, Epstein would be photographed standing next to Trump and his children Ivanka and Eric in a candid shot from the event. From 1997 to 99, there
Dude, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they were doing like some way worse shit. That's crazy. Lola? Dude, yeah, that shit is like fucking sickening to even think of. Yeah, bro. That shit is crazy. That shit is insane. All of your guys' Palantir scores are going down right now, though. How's this team look like that? It's a plugin. It's like a thing. Dude, we're being like heavily monitored too. Like it's insane. You guys know about like the Edward Snowden shit? I need to find like a good interview on that. What's that? This was a long time ago. But he was an NSA whistleblower and he basically like leaked that like the NSA basically just spies on you and like everything you fucking do at all times. Dude, everything is fucking spyware. It's crazy. It's crazy.
My name's Ed Snowden. I'm 29 years old.
2013.
I work for Booz
This is 2013 too. So like imagine now, bro, with the Palantir shit.
Allen Hamilton as an infrastructure analyst for NSA in Hawaii.
What are some of the positions that you held previously within the intelligence community?
I've been a systems engineer, systems administrator, senior advisor.
Yeah, he's alive, but he's like, I think he's like hiding in Russia because the U.S. government is trying to fucking get him. So he just leaked all this shit and ran away. That's crazy.
For the Central Intelligence Agency, solutions consultant, and a telecommunications information systems officer.
One of the things people are going to be most interested in trying to understand who you are and what you're thinking is there came some point in time when you crossed this line of thinking about being a whistleblower to making the choice to actually become a whistleblower. Walk people through that decision-making process.
Wasn't there an OpenAI whistleblower too, and they like committed suicide, but they had 2 bullets in the back of their head? That shit. I've heard of that shit too. That shit was like recent.
When you're in positions of privileged access, like a systems administrator for these sort of intelligence community agencies, you're exposed to a lot more information on a broader scale than the average employee. And because of that, you see things that may be disturbing.
Same shit with the, was it Boeing? What's the plane one? What's up, Akoi? Last year they released some crime scene photos and his entire place was a mess. Dude. Suicide with two bullets in your head. How? You shot another one?
But over the course of a normal person's career, you'd only see 1 or 2 of these instances. When you see everything, you see them on a more frequent basis. And you recognize that some of these things are actually abuses. And when you talk to people about them, in a place like this, where this is the normal state of business, people tend not to take them very seriously and, you know, move on from them. But over time, that awareness of wrongdoing sort of builds up, and you feel compelled to talk about it. And the more you talk about it, the more you're ignored, the more you're told it's not a problem, until eventually you realize that these things need to be determined by the public, not by somebody who was simply hired by the government.
Talk a little bit about how the American surveillance state actually functions. Does it target the actions of Americans?
NSA and the intelligence community in general is focused on getting intelligence wherever it can, by any means possible, that it believes on the grounds of sort of a self-certification that they serve the national interest. Originally, we saw that focus very narrowly tailored as foreign intelligence gathered overseas. Now, increasingly, we see that it's happening domestically. And to do that, the NSA specifically targets the communications of everyone. It ingests them by default.
It's all to protect capital,
it collects them in its system, and it filters them, and it analyzes them, and it measures them, and it stores them.
This is literally Palantir, but revealed in 2013. Now it's just made public.
Intelligence gathered.
Like they've been had this
overseas.
Shit.
Now, increasingly, we see that it's happening domestically.
It's the Guardian.
And to do that, the NSA specifically targets the communications of everyone. It ingests them by default. It collects them in its system, and it filters them, and it analyzes them, and it measures them, and it stores them for periods of time, simply because that's the easiest, most efficient, and most valuable way to achieve these ends. So while they may be intending to target someone associated with a foreign government or someone that they suspect of terrorism, they're collecting your communications to do so. Any analyst at any time can target anyone, any selector anywhere. Where those communications will be picked up depends on the range of the sensor networks and the authorities that that analyst is empowered with. Not all analysts have the ability to target everything, but I, sitting at my desk, certainly had the authorities to wiretap anyone, from you or your accountant to a federal judge to even the president.
But it hasn't arrived yet. I just bought it.
One of the extraordinary parts about this episode is that usually whistleblowers do what they do anonymously and take steps to remain anonymous for as long as they can, which they hope often is forever. You, on the other hand, have decided to do the opposite, which is to declare yourself openly as the person behind these disclosures. Why did you choose to do that?
I think that the public is owed an explanation of the motivations behind the people who make these disclosures that are outside of the democratic model. When you are subverting the power of government, that's a fundamentally dangerous thing to democracy. And if you do that in secret consistently, you know, as the government does when it wants to benefit from a secret action that it took, it'll kind of give its officials a mandate to go, hey, you know, tell the press about this thing and that thing, so the public is on our side. But they rarely, if ever, do that when an abuse occurs. That falls to individual citizens, but they're typically maligned. You know, it becomes a thing of these people are against the country, they're against the government. but I'm not. I'm no different from anybody else. I don't have special skills. I'm just another guy who sits there day to day in the office, watches what's happening, and goes, this is something that's not our place to decide. The public needs to decide whether these programs and policies are right or wrong. And I'm willing to go on the record to defend the authenticity of them and say, I didn't change these. I didn't modify the story. This is the truth. This is what's happening. You should decide whether we need to be doing this.
Have you given thought to what it is that the U.S. government's response to your conduct is in terms of what they might say about you, how they might try to depict you, what they might try to do to you?
Yeah, I could be, rendered by the CIA. I could have people come after me, or any.
Yeah, I'll get one. I'll get like a case and everything, screen protector. I need to do that.
Yeah, I could be, rendered by the CIA. I could have people come after me, or any of their third-party partners. They work closely with a number of other nations. Or they could pay off the triads, or any of their agents or assets.
It's crazy, bro. I see people like going against him too, like in comment sections, be like, "Well, he's a traitor. Like, he committed treason, all this shit." It's like, bro, what? Like,
we've got a CIA station just up the road in the consulate here in Hong Kong, and I'm sure they're going to be
literally expose that you're being surveilled like 24/7.
And that's a fear I'll live under for the rest of my life.
People will be like, "Oh, well, he's a traitor." Like,
you can't come forward against the world's most powerful intelligence agencies and be completely free from risk, because they're such powerful adversaries that no one can meaningfully oppose them. If they want to get you, they'll get you in time. But at the same time, you have to make a determination about what it is that's important to you. And if living unfreely but comfortably is something you're willing to accept, and I think
I'll literally see I'll literally see like edits of like, those like little edits where they'll show how cool something is with like the freaking logo spinning and everything and the horror style music. I'll see like actual CIA edits, like people glazing the CIA. Like, bro, like the comments actually being like, "Oh yeah, CIA always up, blah blah blah." It's like, dude,
it's the human nature. You can get up every day. You can go to work.
CIA is
you
literally
can
willing
collect
to kill
your
American
large
people
paycheck
for their goals, bro.
for relatively little work against the public interest, and go to sleep at night after watching your shows. But if you realize that that's the world that you helped create, and it's going to get worse with the next generation and the next generation who extend the capabilities of this sort of architecture of oppression, you realize that you might be willing to accept any risk. And it doesn't matter what the outcome is, so long as the public gets to make their own decisions about how that's applied.
Why should people care about surveillance?
Because even if you're not doing anything wrong, you're being watched and recorded, and the storage capability of these systems increases every year consistently by orders of magnitude, to where it's getting to the point you don't have to have done anything wrong. You simply have to eventually fall under suspicion from somebody, even by a wrong call, and then they can use the system to go back in time and scrutinize every decision you've ever made, every friend you've ever discussed something with, and attack you on that basis to sort of derive suspicion from an innocent life and paint anyone in the context of a wrongdoer.
That's fucking insane, bro. That is actually fucking crazy.
Increases and recorded.
About surveillance.
Because even if you're not doing anything wrong, you're being watched and recorded, and the storage capability of these systems increases every year consistently by orders of magnitude, to where it's getting to the point you don't have to have done anything wrong. You simply have to eventually fall under suspicion from somebody, even by a wrong call, and then they can use the system to go back in time and scrutinize every decision you've ever made, every friend you've ever discussed something with, and attack you on that basis to sort of derive suspicion from an innocent life and paint anyone in the context of a wrongdoer.
We are currently sitting in a room in Hong Kong, which is where we are because you've traveled here.
We're all on a list.
Talk a little bit about why.
That's the thing, it's not even a list. everybody, it's already on everybody. It's not really a list, it's just more of like you get flagged once you start going out of line. You know, it's not like a list you're on or not. Like it's just like when shit starts hitting the fan and you start being like you start having opinions of like a political dissident, like you start to get flagged. That's about it. You don't even have to do anything wrong.
You came here.
Edward Snowden. Eyes wide shut? No.
And specifically, there are going to be people who will speculate that what you really intend to do is to defect to the country that many see as the #1 rival of the United States, which is China, and that what you're really doing is essentially seeking to aid an enemy of the United States with
Bro, shut the fuck up.
Asylum. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. So there's a couple assertions.
Shout out Lemery with the 20 months. Thank you. Actually, you're just doing all this because you want to defect
Lemery
to China.
333
Because you're a goddamn
just subbed with
traitor.
Prime.
You're not a real American. Bro, what?
In those arguments that are sort of embedded in the questioning of the choice of Hong Kong. The first is that China is an enemy of the United States. It's not. I mean, there are conflicts between the United States government and the Chinese PRC government, but the peoples inherently, you know, we don't care. We trade with each other freely. You know, we're not at war. We're not in armed conflict, and we're not trying to be. We're the largest trading partners out there for each other. Additionally, Hong Kong
I haven't seen that.
Has a strong tradition of free speech. People think, oh, China, great firewall. Mainland China does have significant restrictions on free speech, but the people of Hong Kong
MIT nuclear
have a long
scientist,
tradition
what?
of protesting in the streets, of making their views known. The internet is not filtered here, no more so than any other Western government. And I believe that the Hong Kong government is actually independent in relation to a lot of other leading Western governments.
If your motive had been to harm the United States and help its enemies, or if your motive had been personal material gain, were there things that you could have done with these documents to...
Shout out Desire with those 6 months. Thank you.
Dazai _1821
advance those
just
goals
subbed
that you
with
didn't
Prime.
end up doing?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, anybody in the positions of access with the technical capabilities that I had could, you know, suck out secrets, pass them on the open market to Russia. You know, they always have an open door, as we do. I had access to, you know, the full rosters of everyone working at the NSA, the entire intelligence community, and undercover assets all around the world, the locations of every station we have, what their missions are, and so forth. If I had just wanted to harm the U.S., you know, that you could shut down the surveillance system in an afternoon. But that's not my intention, and I think for anyone making that argument, they need to think, if they were in my position, and you know, you live a privileged life, you're living in Hawaii in paradise and making a ton of money, what would it take to make you leave everything behind? The greatest fear that I have regarding the outcome for America of these disclosures is that nothing will change. People will see in the media
What's up, Banana?
all of these disclosures. They'll know the lengths that the government is going to grant themselves powers unilaterally to create greater control over American society and global society. But they won't be willing to take the risks necessarily to stand up and fight to change things, to force their representatives to actually...
Might be connected to the shooting of the nuclear scientist. What is that shooting? But yeah, bro, this was back in 2013, bro. This shit was back when Battlefield 4 came out. Holy shit. And now we got Palantir. which is just doing it out in the open. This is the movie. Oh, there's like Illuminati movie. I've seen clips of it.
On the eastern front of Ukraine, a Russian soldier crouches down in his foxhole as AI-directed smart artillery pinpoints his exact location and adds him to the list of potential targets. Across the world in the US, Amazon employees are monitored and their behavior is logged. Later analysis will reveal how their managers can squeeze as much productivity out of them as possible. Meanwhile, in the UK, a local police department is using software to monitor the community they're meant to protect. They'll build a wider view of problem areas while also creating specific profiles on the people most likely to commit crimes. So what links all of
most likely to commit crimes,
these things together? The data analysis giants known as Palantir, whose software models are embedded in every level of society. And who's really pulling the strings there? Well, it's time to introduce you to the main characters behind this neo-Orwellian takeover, starting with Peter Thiel. Peter Thiel can trace his multi-billion-dollar fortune and his immense levels of power to his founding role in PayPal. Thiel was at the heart of the so-called PayPal mafia. You might know some of the other members, the creators of LinkedIn, the co-founders of YouTube, the CEO of Yelp, or even Elon Musk. Now, lots of future technocrats involved with PayPal learned key lessons at the company, lessons which taught them how to make far more money from their own endeavors later on. As the one CEO of PayPal and one of its biggest shareholders, Thiel was a central figure and he was no different. Of course, Thiel has been well known as a visionary investor for quite some time, with a lot of his reputation coming down to how he was the very first person to invest in Facebook. His $500,000 angel investment was estimated to have been sold for over $1 billion when he finally left the company. However, for years, Thiel was also certain that underwater homes were gonna take off and he put millions into companies pushing these pipe dreams. So they weren't all winners, as you'd expect. But at PayPal though, Thiel learned about the importance of data and data analysis. You see, it all revolved around one of the biggest problems for PayPal when they were just getting started: fraud. A former marketing director called Eric Jackson wrote that the company was losing $2,300 every single hour to fraud at one point in its rise. At first, the company used the same methods as traditional banks to try and stop it, but the international, digital, and instant nature of the service they offered made this untenable in the long run. And so they needed some Silicon Valley innovation. One new method was the early adoption of what we now know as capture technology. While offering little resistance for regular users, it was a big hurdle for malicious bots and cyber attacks the company had lost so much money to before. But the one that really caught Peter Thiel's interest was called Igor, after a scammer who had taunted the company very early on in its history. By analyzing small details and detecting almost imperceptible patterns in the data from new users, Igor could detect likely fraudsters and pass that info on to PayPal's employees. This one program laid the groundwork for a company that would change the face of the entire world, and it was all down to the way that they solved the problem. PayPal, unlike the entrenched banking world, had access to all of their data in one place. The issue was that they had far too much of it to make sense of. The digital transactions, the endless details of how much was sent and where and who by and the patterns it created. It was all far too much information for a human mind to make sense of. But with PayPal, all of this was in one place, and they had used new technology to make sense of it. But other companies and institutions had multiple databases, lots of different types of information, all separate from each other. And so it was nearly impossible for them to get real accurate information from it all and turn it into an actionable strategy. And that's where Peter Thiel would come in. His idea was relatively simple, really. He would use his newfound millions to create the best and most efficient data analysis company on the planet. It wasn't a unique idea at the time, of course, but the way that Peter Thiel went about creating it was. While other Silicon Valley types, and even his ex-colleagues in the PayPal mafia, stayed within the Silicon Valley bubble, he chose to branch out. His new company Palantir wasn't going to take the same steps that other companies would. Founded in 2003, they were going to blend two very different, almost antagonistic worlds together. The first sign of this was who Peter Thiel and his other partners chose as the new CEO for the company, a man called Alex Karp. From the outside in, Alex doesn't look anything like the standard Silicon Valley CEO template. Instead of a computer science degree from Harvard, he had a philosophy PhD from Frankfurt. He's also eccentric, or at least that's the image he likes to put forward, with his long, wiry grey hair and obsession with Tai Chi. But what's most different about him is his politics. Coming from one of the most left-leaning philosophy courses in the world, and having studied under some of the most prominent academic Marxists, you wouldn't expect him to be running a company like Palantir. It strikes a stark contrast to Peter Thiel's public politics as well, as he professes to be an ardent libertarian. And then the circumstances only get stranger when you learn where Palantir really started with their business. Have you ever caught yourself reaching for a bad habit without even thinking about it? Maybe it's out of stress, boredom, or just wanting to fit in. Well, that's where Fume comes in. It's not about quitting, it's about replacing Schmoon, or scan the QR code on screen to get yours today. In 2003, 2 years after the attacks, the atmosphere was still one of fear and aggression in America. Maybe Peter Thiel and Alex Karp and their fellow founders could take PayPal's anti-fraud framework and apply this to national security against similar threats. If they had actually done this before the attacks, they might have spotted the strange pattern of trained pilots taking flights into the US from high-risk countries, or the movements of known insurgents before the attacks themselves. Prevention beats a cure, and having the relevant information put in front of human operatives could have stopped the entire tragedy before it ever happened. And so you could see how this would be a very tantalizing opportunity for the US. But at first, nearly all of Palantir's early capital came from Thiel's own pockets, tens of millions over the first few years. Silicon Valley and private hedge funds laughed them out of their offices. While they did have the name recognition, nobody wanted to get involved with national security. In their eyes, it was an old, decrepit industry, a relic of a much more brutal, primitive world. Some of the only outside money came from what would end up being Palantir's most important investor, the CIA. Through their relatively new venture capital arm, In-Q-Tel, the CIA kicked in a few million to get the ball rolling. Really, this paled in comparison to what Peter Thiel had paid in, but it was the contacts and the place in the industry that was really important. The vote of confidence meant Palantir was integrated into the establishment from the very beginning. Meanwhile, they brought an innovative new look at security problems that stunned most of the big names in the industry. These were the companies they were competing with, old names in the military-industrial complex like Lockheed Martin and BAE Systems. While they had decades of experience and trust, they lacked the new coat of paint that Palantir's Silicon Valley origins gave them. Alex Karp's plan for the day-to-day running of the company pushed them further forward. It was a combination of classic Silicon Valley tech bro gimmicks mixed with ruthless efficiency and a cult-like dedication. Palantir offers famously low salaries, but it's the company culture that keeps people there. They have the same offerings of beanbags and video game consoles that other Silicon Valley companies do, but they also encourage incredibly long hours. And interestingly, Alex Karp put no focus whatsoever on sales, sending out the same people who made the software to pitch it to clients. With all of this talk of company culture though, it's really easy to underestimate the power they could theoretically wield. If a company or a government agency hired them, they were giving them access to all of the data they had. Palantir would feed it.
Behind me is the world's largest AI supercomputer built by Elon Musk.
Inside, hundreds of thousands of processors, the systems used to power the AI chatbot Grok, which Musk hopes will soon overtake ChatGPT. This center, called Colossus, requires massive amounts of water and energy to power. And when the Memphis grid was unable to offer sufficient power, Musk installed more than 30 turbines pumping out methane gas.
There's also this horrible kind of sulfurous smell in the air which hits the back of the throat.
It's so bad, residents don't want to open their windows.
We here 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, so we breathe in this air every day.
Foxtown is a 90% black neighborhood that sits a mile from Colossus. Residents believe the fumes from the site have made the polluted suburb even more noxious.
Did everything behind closed doors. Who does that? Who moves to another state and can start building a power plant without pulling out a single piece of paper?
Elon Musk chose Memphis because authorities were willing to waive planning regulations to help him build his supercomputer. In just 122 days, he turned a former appliance factory into Colossus.
This not the first time Memphis has been duped. They get duped all the time because they looking for the dollars.
After public pressure, XAI has reduced the number of
Yeah, I saw
turbines,
that.
but Musk
That's
has
crazy.
already begun building Colossus 2 a few miles away. Neither center is expected to create many jobs, and when asked, Grok itself tells us there is no evidence of planned direct investments into the Boxtown community.
And it's environmental racism, it's environmental degradation, it's environmental injustice. It's about making them more money. I'm not making more millions or billions from XAI or OpenAI or ChatGPT. So who's really profiting? But a lot of us are dealing with the burden of these facilities, whether it be in our utility bills going up, water being exhausted or polluted, air being polluted against our will, all for the benefit of billionaires and billion-dollar corporations.
In Memphis, the city where Martin Luther King was assassinated, many residents believe their battle with Musk is a continuation of the 1950s and 1960s civil rights.
That's crazy.
Into their software and give them solutions they asked for. But did they store the data? What did they learn from it even if they didn't store it? Each client made Palantir's software smarter and made it see clearer. Knowledge is power, and Palantir turned data into knowledge. For the first few years, the company was almost entirely integrated with the CIA. They were both one of its biggest investors and its only client, drip-feeding it contracts as it slowly grew over time. Lots of this early work was based around in-house data management. The CIA already had plenty of information, they just needed someone to link together and consolidate their separate databases. Then the project expanded to their government organizations and Palantir integrated their information as well. All of this was then put into a unified platform, which government employees could easily access with the right clearance. Though the first real test came with the War on Terror, there's no other arena where data and knowledge is more important than military intelligence. It was especially true in the kinds of wars America was fighting where they lost far more men and vehicles to roadside IEDs than to enemy soldiers. Knowing who the insurgents were, the location of booby traps and where they were hiding was absolutely key. Palantir offered a solution. Using the data management technology they'd been developing, they could put together all the different sorts of information that the US was gathering. Drone footage, satellite imagery, reports from soldiers on the ground. It was all fed into their algorithms to figure out who was an innocent farmer and who was an enemy combatant. Palantir called it their God Eye view. An account from Annie Jacobson's book First Platoon describes how this worked during the war in Afghanistan. Palantir had flagged what looked like an Afghan farmer because of one strange detail about him, unlike most other Afghan farmers. He wore a purple hat. Over a period of weeks, an intelligence operative watched his daily movements, learning his patterns. At first, it did just seem too strange to be true, but then after seeing the man lay in IED by the roadside, it became clear he was working as an insurgent and a strike was scheduled. But when the day and opportunity came, something seemed off to the operative. The man they were tracking looked and seemed the same, but he was acting very slightly differently. If it was up to the software, he would have been blown sky high, but the operative knew something was off. Even though he was still wearing the purple hat, he just wasn't acting like he usually did. Just minutes before the final call had to be made, the real target emerged from his home and confirmed the operative's suspicions. The person they'd been tracking the entire day was someone completely different, someone completely innocent. With just moments to spare, the operative called off the strike. And it's these kinds of mistakes that were dangerously common at first. When they rolled back the tape, it turned out that a glitch in the camera system they had used made a different man's hat look purple, and that had caused the confusion. But over time, Palantir's systems got much more sophisticated. Soon, they began being able to accurately predict people's future moves.
Yeah, Epstein files will get released tomorrow. Will the US start a war with Venezuela to distract? I think both.
We know of all of this because someone in the loop talked about it after the fact, but we don't know how many mistakes they usually make or think they made. The data is just obviously not publicly available to us, but it hasn't stopped this technology developing incredibly quickly, and the effects are harder to see. Palantir may have well prevented lots of bad things from happening, but it might have also caused lots of them as well. All the mistakes they made and the patterns they saw led to real-world actions. Soldiers almost certainly interrogated innocent civilians because the system flagged them as untrustworthy. Harsh measures and military force will have made regular people more bitter and angry, pushing them towards insurgency. There's nothing to gain in making something more efficient if the war itself is useless and endless anyway, only creating more conflict later on. An endless series of wars is perfect for Palantir though, as it lets them test out their gadgets in various war zones across the world, optimizing their system to be as deadly and accurate as possible. And today, we can commonly find it in use in Ukraine and Gaza. And now, most of the job is just done by AI, with very little human intervention or decision required. A kind of chatbot-style program provided by Palantir offers up suggestions to commanders like a waiter making recommendations off a wine list. But they're also now getting into hardware, building AI-powered tanks and other weapon systems. And with the world going in the direction it currently is, it's absolutely no wonder why everyone's now talking about them and their stock has shot up dramatically. As this technology and integration with the US deep state would be enough by itself to make Palantir incredibly powerful. But it definitely isn't enough for Alex Karp, Thiel, or Palantir. Instead, they decided to turn their gaze inwards to use the same surveillance technology on the home front. Using these same systems, Palantir has been an essential partner of police forces across the West for years now. They've been most famous for their software that lets police departments engage in something known as predictive policing. In the same way that Palantir predicted which Afghan farmers were insurgents, they can also predict which regular people are involved with crime. Based on all the data that police forces have about people, they can draw up district or city-wide maps of where crime is likely to occur. They can then suggest patrol routes, where to station officers, and even which people to arrest. These systems often do nothing to actually counteract the inherent bias in the data they're given. When police patrol more often a given area, they find more crime and make more reports. That then gets fed into the system, which tells the police to invest more resources into that specific high crime area. But this is definitely not the worst part of the system though. You see, Vice obtained documents given by Palantir to a California police force they had a contract with in 2016, and the details were shocking. With their easy-to-use system, a police officer could simply type someone's name in and learn a staggering amount of information about them. Palantir would tell them what their email address was, their phone number, their date of birth, and their address. With just a license plate number, it could look at footage from public CCTV and figure out specific locations you'd been over a period of years, building up a complete pattern of movement. It could even link you to other people you spend time with and find out info on them as well. This is an invaluable tool in the hands of someone looking to control people. Both Orwell and 1,000 historical dictators couldn't have dreamed of a more effective tool for keeping track of their people's movements, patterns, and inner private lives. So aren't we lucky that our leaders are so much more responsible and trustworthy? Unfortunately, it isn't just policing either. Palantir has gotten its claws into every level of government. In the UK, the National Health Service recently signed a deal to hand over the entirety of their data, a treasure trove of medical records and patient info, to Palantir. And the laughable thing is that they don't get paid for this. In fact, it's the UK taxpayers that are paying Palantir $500 million to manage and analyze this for the government. This data, which should have remained private anyway, is invaluable for fighting future pandemics and assessing how effective different treatments are. Experts have described this as being one of the most valuable resources the UK had. The US had nothing to compare because of its separated private healthcare system. It's like Saudi Arabia paying a private company to take their oil off their hands. And now it's in Palantir's hands, along with all the confidential patient data that came along with it. The irony of all of this is that Palantir's biggest investor, founder, and shareholder, Peter Thiel, is keen on advertising how libertarian he really is. He pays lip service to the talking points on podcasts, makes a splash in political circles by donating to Republicans, and he was the first big name from Silicon Valley to jump on the Trump train.
We're voting for Trump because we judge the leadership of our country to have failed. Now that someone different is in the running, someone who rejects the false, reassuring stories that tell us everything is fine.
But the fact is though that this all runs completely counter to what he does and who he really is. He literally owns the company that's pioneering the new deep state, an unholy union between Silicon Valley privacy invasion and deep state power. It isn't just taking over the world, it already has. And now Palantir's coming out of the shadows with their IPO and their public contracts with big banks and corporations. All of Karp and Thiel's political theatrics are a smokescreen for their true place in the power structure. The maintenance and extension of the surveillance state is a bipartisan issue for them, one of the only things they agree on. Those in power, be they Democrats or Republicans, Labour or Conservatives, are always pushing it a little bit further. This is why Palantir has grown so quickly and will grow even larger over time. They fit right into the same mouldy old power structure, increasing its reach into people's lives. Meanwhile, they profit from conflict, chaos, and fear. Even their name makes reference to this, Palantir. In The Lord of the Rings, the Palantir were magical orbs which could be used to see things across great distances, like an all-seeing eye. Alex Karp insists that the company's role is to protect the Shire.
The way you dominate the future is you dominate the present. I want America to be American in 1,000 years.
And they often boast about all the tragedies they prevented over the years, but people never asked for their sinister protection. We don't even know the extent of how much freedom we've lost because of all of this. Meanwhile, both Karp and Thiel have enriched themselves to the tune of billions of dollars, and the stock market is going absolutely crazy for Palantir. And thank you Fume for sponsoring this video. Remember to check them out with the link in the description below.
Holy shit. Holy shit, bro. Whew. That's crazy, bro. Everything that you've ever done is being recorded and surveilled. Like, literally everything. There is no privacy. Isn't that fucking insane, bro? No, they unironically do. They have like all that shit monitored, bro. And they could track you based, they could like flag you based on like predictions of what you will do in the future, which is insane. Predicting what you will do in the future and then flagging you based off of that data. What's up, X? Hello, bruh. Most likely to do. Shit is insane. Wanna go on a date tomorrow? Tomorrow? Maybe.
The year is 2027. You wake up and open the Kalshi app to bet on what you're gonna have for breakfast. You pick eggs, but when you open the fridge, you're out of eggs because you forgot to refill your egg subscription on Amazon. That's okay, you open the Polymarket app and you bet the over-under on your commute time to work. You call yourself a self-driving Waymo, now sponsored by DoorDash, to head to work. Your Waymo crashes into a civilian, but because that civilian did not donate to APAC this year, the Waymo continued. You are a little late to work, and HR calls you in, and you're getting laid off, unfortunately. To take your mind off that, you go to your favorite slop bowl restaurant that gives you a $20 bowl of mostly just rice and a little bit of meat that doesn't taste very good. You turn the TV on to the only remaining streaming service, Netflix, Disney+, HBO Max+, and the only content it has is AI-generated spin-offs of Stranger Things. You decide to see what's going on in the sports world, so you open up FanDuel and DraftKings, cook up a couple parlays, and then don't watch any games. Your Oura Ring tells you it's time to go to bed, so you open up the Kalshi app one last time, and you notice the odds of you ending your life have increased by 3%.
Holy shit. Holy shit. We are not getting Kingdom Hearts 4, huh? We're getting mass surveillance. We've been in mass surveillance. That's what we're getting. shit. We got Palantir social credit, bro. That's what we have. Actually real. Now what? I don't know. Literally, now what?
So MU say run.
Flood warning. Everything is so doomer, bro. What do you plan on playing on the deck? Probably like Skate 3. Apex Twin. How do you even like combat that, bro? You don't. You can't. I mean, I don't know. Even you saying how do you combat that? You're already flagged, bro. GG. Political dissident right there. I don't know. Isn't it like also like illegal to be pro-Palestine in like the UK and shit too? Like they have like some crazy ass fucking regulation there. Like they'll label you as a terrorist, bro. That shit's gonna come here. Everything's gonna slowly start coming here. All that shit is gonna come home. Old blind and wheelchair bound man get charged as a terrorist at a protest while holding I Stand with Palestine action. Signed a few months back. Yeah, that's fucking crazy. Think they have that shit happening in Australia too and shit. It's definitely gonna come here as well. That's insane. Literally label you as a terrorist. What's up, Darami? And no one gives a fuck. It's kind of crazy, bro. What's up, Yash? It'll be easier to charge pro Palestine supports with crime. Dude. Yeah, bruh. Dude, yeah, definitely was a blackmail operation to like have like unwavering support for Israel for like from like all these countries, bro. No, it's all good, bro. They probably just have so much blackmail when it comes to like the Western countries. It's probably just a shit ton of blackmail, bro. Dude, it's capitalism as a whole, bro. Colonialism. Down to like the root core, bro. It's low-key not even techno-feudalism either. That ass just is capitalism. It really just is capitalism. It's the end. The end goal of everything, bro. You can't expect to like try and like go against these issues without facing like the root problem of where it comes from. I think when we see like techno-feudalism, it's kind of like a way to like pass blame away from capitalism, and everyone's like, okay, we just need better. We just need a better reformed capitalism. We just need better government regulations, just to keep the status quo and just to keep the system still running, instead of doing like a whole new one. Because it just means that like Americans and like the West and like people in like these countries are just a lot more comfortable, even if it has to come at the suffering of like people in other countries. They would still rather just want like a reformed capitalism where it's better domestically, but the fascism is exported outwards towards people in other countries. Now it's starting to hurt though. Now people don't like it because it's like being turned inwards. Who farted? Hey. But yeah. what is Kalshi? Where people go bet, you can literally bet on anything? What do you mean? I've never seen that. I need to look into that. That's kind of crazy. What? Holy shit. That's crazy. That's insane. But yeah, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like we collectively won't do change, like seek change yet until like conditions get worse in like the imperial core, and then the domestic population will start to like, you know, then they'll want to change and go out and do stuff. It like creates like the breeding ground for like lick the boot and submit themselves to money. No one wants to change the system. They just want the next abuse and want to be the next to abuse and exploit the people. Yeah, bruh. Normalize to not care until it starts happening to you. Yeah. There's almost like that desense, like that. People are just like desensitized to it. It's kind of crazy. Shout out Beamer with those 6 months, thank you!
F3MURO6 just subbed with Prime. Half a year all ASHEIT.
Huh. Yeah, bro, shit's fucked up. Individualism will get us killed, bro. I think that's also a big reason as to why, like, Americans haven't, like, gotten together and organized and shit. The super, like, entrepreneurial spirit and everything. It's just like, you know, keep your head down and grind. Like, that's the way to get out of it. Just keep your head down and grind, bro. And then when you make it, that means you deserved it and you did it. That shit doesn't even make, like, if you, like, bro, I used to, like, I don't know, I used to believe in that a little bit when I was younger, like, oh, just grind and everything. But, like, you low-key, like, you give it some more thought, that shit does not make sense at all. That you are inherently, like, worthy because you, like, grinded for some shit, or like you're more deserving than other people. That shit, like, you really think about it, that shit does not make sense. People like to believe in it because it like gives them like a sense of hope to like be able to claw themselves out of like the capitalist pit. We're all just rats in like a pit trying to claw ourselves out, and it gives them hope of like finding a way out. But it really just doesn't make sense. Talking about some, oh, like, oh, they worked hard, they deserved it, you know, if you live a good life, like, everything could be blamed on the individual, you know, like a very idealist mindset. It just doesn't make sense, bro. It's because if they do like, or if they are able to make a enjoyable life and experience for themselves, then they could give all the credit to themselves. And if not, then it's a way to also take away blame from the system and be able to also blame the individual and say it's like their shortcomings. Like, it really just is coke. I don't know, bro. Like, if you ask enough questions, bro, it all just falls apart. It doesn't make sense. The whole, like, fucking business major, like, entrepreneur, like, it doesn't make sense. Like, let's say they become successful or whatever, and they're like, okay, whatever, like, what makes someone more deserving of that than someone else? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me, because it's like, there's a kid in Gaza whose parents just got blown up, bro. It's like, are you more deserving of a happy life than that kid? It's like, no, they're just born into that material condition. Like it's crazy. Even the concept that because I make more money, I somehow worked harder than you, / am more deserving. It literally doesn't even make sense. That concept completely falls apart when you just look at a kid that was just completely born in just like poverty and like war-torn countries and shit. It's like, are you gonna tell me that they were deserving of that? Like, bro, just work hard, bro. Just work hard, you'll make it out. And even if you want to argue, okay, somehow they do work hard and make it out, you can't tell that to everyone. There always has to be the employee, like you look at the CEO. The CEO's telling everyone like, bro, just work hard, you know, become your own boss, you know, start your own business, and you could be like me. But you'll never see him say that to his employees, bro. Because he needs the employees and the consumers. Like, they can't exist without each other. So I'd rather work 5 jobs at the same time than ever enlist in the army. Yeah, bro, that shit is like, bro, especially now, like, how are you still falling for that? Like, it's all just coercion, bro. It's all coercion. Young, unassuming people. Well, I think even then, bro, it's like, they're still just like invading other people's countries and just causing fucking death and destruction there too. Like, yeah, bruh. That shit is. Went to war in the biggest service you can do to your country when it's in reality not even close. You could low-key even say that like joining the American military is like comparable to like Israelis joining the IDF, bro.
What's happening? Where am I?
Look at the shit that happened in Iraq. So. High guard. So yeah, if you're still, if people are still falling for the fucking like, I understand there's a lot of coercion and like people are like brainwashed into joining the military, but no matter what, it's still completely reasonable to say fuck you to the military, bro.
He's awake in there.
Like that doesn't mean you're off the hook.
Break the door down, you damn fool.
You could like acknowledge that there's like a bunch of coercion and shit and like propaganda, but still. Little Dark Age edit.
One fatal round to the forehead.
America, fuck yeah.
This was deliberate.
Come, blow out the candle.
History is class struggle. Yeah, it actually is kind of insane how brainwashed people can be, bro. Like, my little sister said that somebody in her class, like, wanted to join, like, the Marines super duper bad and, like, wanted to see combat and everything. Like, they wanted it because they wanted to be, like, they want to see combat. They want to join the front lines in the Marines and shit because they wanted to be, like, they wanted to know what it feels like to be a man, and they wanted to be a man and be disciplined and shit. And it's like, bro.
Madam?
Like, order for you to feel like a man, you need another man to tell you to pick up this gun and go kill people is like, that's crazy. And you know what's crazy too? He's Venezuelan. Like, dude. Like, bro. Shit's insane. Literally. Move on in.
What? You let yourself in? Hey, are you deaf? I'm talking to you.
Is the Steam Deck better than the Switch? Dude. The Steam Deck could play Switch games. Hello, let me go pee.
Wake up, Mr. Hardy. We've got to get out of this godforsaken prison before we rot. This way, Papa. Come and see.
Hello? Ah. $13.01 shampoo.
Little pig.
Can't wait to join the army so I can go invade a country and steal their oil. Literally, bro, like, there's no... Yeah, no remorse for people like that, bro, because it's like... Bro, how have you not woken up yet? And even if you say, oh, well, they're ignorant, they don't know, their ignorance is getting people killed in third world countries, bro. So it's like... Yeah, fuck them. Ramplantner. That really was the litmus test, huh? Yeah, bruh. The U.S. The United States are the terrorists. Like, they are the terrorists. They are the fucking empire, bro. But they do that shit like everywhere, bro. They did that shit in North Korea in like 2019. And that shit barely got revealed like what, like a couple of months ago? And nobody gave a fuck. Nobody said anything. That shit was kept under wraps for so long. They just killed North Korean civilians. Like, that ass for nothing. Like, literally for nothing. In 2019, when Donald Trump was having his meeting there, I think Navy SEALs were having like some top secret mission to like plant like a listening device there, and they went in via submarine underwater, and they were actually spotted by fishermen looking down into the water below them. And since they were spotted, they deadass just killed all the fishermen. And they like they like punctured their lungs with their knives so that they would sink to the bottom of the ocean. And then they aborted the mission. So yeah. And that shit happened in 2019, but it was revealed like a couple months ago. So yeah. This is the terrorist state, bro. The US are the terrorists. Like, what other country has like this many like military bases around the world surrounding like all these other countries all across the entire world? Hello? My headset died. Only other country capable is China. But China doesn't have China doesn't have bases like that all over the world. I think they only have like one somewhere. Dude, like the US has like fucking like, if you see a map of like the US military bases around the world, shit is just literally everywhere. %90 of foreign military bases are American. $750 military bases everywhere. What the fuck? Oh, my fucking cable is like broken. it's just like literally this cable. It's like when you like mess with it a little bit, it fucking connects and disconnects and connects and disconnects. Y'all ready for the AI bubble to pop though? Holy shit, that's gonna be fucking horrible. Wait, what? Is Final Fantasy X getting a remake? Or is this just a concept?
2 frat pledges were hospitalized in a hammer-related hazing incident here at IU Bloomington a couple of weeks ago. And I'm not here to make light of it. That's horrible. But I am here to remind you that hazing is a feature of the Greek life system and not a bug, because it is designed to groom the next generation of the powerful that are here to inherit the empire. If you can't handle a couple of hammers being thrown at you without calling the authorities, how can you be trusted to cover up the Epstein files? I'm being serious here, because 85% of Fortune 500 company CEOs and Supreme Court justices, nearly every single president and vice president in American history, and 75% of members of Congress are all members of Greek life. You get fast-tracked into positions of power because of the massive network. Maybe it was somebody in your year or maybe a generation past that is now in a position to hire people at these elite institutions. And when they see your application, you're going to get pulled because they know you can be trusted with secrets and that you want the lifestyle. You looked at those frat parties with all of the drinking, even though it's underage and on campus. That's allowed. You don't get to live by the same rules as everybody else. And they're the cute girls. They're all the cool parties with the drinking, with the drugs, with the DJs and pyrotechnics. It's a cool status to have and a lifestyle to live, but it comes with a price. Everybody wants that lifestyle, but there's only a limited number of bids, and so hazing is the simple supply and demand tool that they use to make sure that only the most willing and wanting are the ones that get into the club, that are willing to subject themselves to all of that physical and psychological humiliation, and then inflict that onto the next generation because you want that lifestyle, that power, and those connections that much. So once you're fast-tracked into that position as a senator or a CEO, the system knows that you've got practice quieting that part of your brain that says, is this the right thing to do? Because you've chosen the other voice that says, I'm going to wake up next to a Lambo tomorrow, and you can still sleep with yourself at night. That's what the system selects for, and that is why all of our positions in power are all comprised of Greek life people, and that's why the policy never seems to get better or more moral. Don't take this as a broad attack on every member of Greek life that's ever been born. I know plenty of people who are not evil, who are good, who graduated with nothing but good memories and good friends that aren't doing backroom deals. All I mean to say is that when you see things in the news that make you say, how could this be allowed to happen and brush under the rug for so long? Take a look at how the people in power
Yeah, I don't know what Greek life is. what could we even expect within the next like 5 years, 10 years of like the state of shit, bro? No, like actually, like it's probably just gonna be fucking. Decades to fix what this fat orange pedo has done to America. I don't think it's just him though. It's just like the degradation of capitalism itself. I don't know. I think when you frame it like that, like it frames it in a way where there's like heroes and villains, good and bad, like politicians and shit. And then the cycle just keeps going. The good cop, bad cop routine. America's literally founded on the... Exactly, bro. Like, yeah. So complacent, normal to genocide. Yeah, bruh. I think when you try to like pinpoint like good and bad actors, like it's able to like shield capitalism, bro. Shields the root of the problem, bro. Like, people want fucking Kamala Harris or like Gavin Newsom or Barack Obama to save us. Like, bro, they were playing the good cop, bad cop routine. That's what that shit is, bro. That's what happens when everyone starts looking at it like sport, like a sports game, but like sports teams. Like, bro, they're just as guilty for that shit. Obama literally built the infrastructure that Trump is using right now for deportations and shit. Exactly, bruh. like, assuming that it was just all blue, everything was all blue. If you want a clear example of like what America would look like if it's just all blue, look at like Los Angeles, bro. That's like a prime example, bro. You're still gonna have the massive wealth inequality, homelessness, like. Blue capitalism is not the answer, bro. Literally, bro. Bro, they literally work together. Like, even past that, like, they literally... Yeah, bro. Literally controlled opposition, bro. What's up, first time chat? Literally controlled opposition. They almost work as like a pressure release valve. It's not actual, like, you know, not actual progress towards anything. And I think they're starting to understand too that they can't keep running on shit like that. So I feel like that's what like Mamdani's role is in that, in the Democratic Party. It's more for like the youth, but it's still at the end of the day a fucking pressure release valve, bro. Mamdani is still like pressure release valve. Like, bro. Instantly folding for Israel. Literally, bro. Complete switch up. You know, I thought it would have taken a little longer on some like Bernie AOC shit. That shit was like instant. Oops, I did not mean to pin this. Well intentioned. I think when we talk about things, we get framed as some shadow group guiding everything, but I think it's really a game of systems. Even if you want to argue that it's well intentioned, it's still working within a bourgeois party though. So even well intentioned or not, the actual like amount of progress you'll be able to do is very like either he's a well intentioned person at heart, but the pressure caving in from all sides isn't even gonna, like, he's gonna have to change his actual qualities. Like, it's an instant fold. Making a new party shouldn't be about like trying to run to win instantly, but more about running to win traction and gain a movement. Because even if you want to argue that like, well, you have to like run within the Democratic Party in order to win anything meaningful, is it really winning anything meaningful if you're gonna have to like capitulate your rhetoric once you win to like your bourgeois donors? It's not really a win. grow your hair again? Yeah, I haven't cut my hair in a while. No matter how well intentioned he is, he's gonna have to introduce more and more reform to the point where it's just watered down. Like, yeah, bro. It almost like, what's that quote about the knife in the back? I think it's a Malcolm X quote. Like, low-key, what it feels like is like sliding towards fascism. The knife is going deeper into your back, where you're like, oh, it hurts too much. So like, okay, let me just slide it out a little bit. Okay, you're good. Okay, let's keep going. Oh shit, that's too much. That's too much. Oh shit. Okay, let me pull it out a little bit. Okay, let's keep going in deeper and deeper. That's what like these like reforms kind of feel like. It's a way to like pacify the working class into like looking for a hero to save them, looking for like charismatic politicians instead of like actually organizing. Still gotta organize our workplaces, can't rely on anyone. We'd like to stay true to the values. It feels like exactly, bro. Build like an actual like labor party of some sort. Like I feel like if your whole thing is like you want to like work within a bourgeois party, and try to like change it from within, like I don't know, bro. It seems like really naive. I don't know. What do you guys think? Because I'm always like learning, so I don't know anything. That's just what it feels like. You be reading and shit? I try to sometimes. I start reading okay. I have this study guide. I could link you. It's like actually in order, which I started. Holy shit, minus 50,000 Palantir social credit points right now. Yeah, I think the whole Mamdani thing also kind of like really waters down what socialism is as well. Like it'll just have people thinking that socialism is just like free healthcare, like higher taxes on like billionaires. Bro, it's time to lock in. We have to lock in. Because if people start confusing socialism with like social democracy, it's just gonna like offload like suffering onto like different people, just in order for people to stay comfortable and keep living their lives comfortably, bro. It's like when people are like, oh, I like socialism, but more in like the Sweden, Norway type of thing, where they kind of have like better policies domestically, but their whole model is dependent on the exploitation of people in like the global south, and for them to keep getting like fucked over and shit. Donnie campaign becoming like a TikTok trend. Yeah, like I said, I think he acts, whether he intends to or not, I think he acts more as like a pressure release valve for the working class. Not an actual like foundational change. And I think even when people want to argue, well, like, well, it's the first step, I don't think the first step is in a bourgeois party, though. I think the first step is like actual working class people organizing, instead of like trying to find like a savior and a politician. Gavin Newsom, yeah, exactly, bro. Same shit, bro. I mean, his whole thing is running like, oh, like big, like tough guy against like Trump and everything, but it's like, bro, is that it? Like, what about, you know what I mean? But this plan is protecting trans rights and healthcare. Well, yeah, he wants to introduce like, that's the thing, like better rights domestically. But yeah, I do think he is like a pressure release valve at the end of the day. Because immediately folding for Israel instantly, like, that whole meeting with like Trump and everything, everybody tried framing it like, oh, well, Donnie's got Trump by the balls and everything. It's like, bro, how naive can we be right now, bruh? Like, he's running under a bourgeois party. Charlie was even that far right-winged, yeah. Bro said that if his like 10-year-old daughter were raped, she would be forced to like deliver the baby, bro. Trump president, they even want Trump as president, you only support him after Trump bounced Trump. Well, just because someone doesn't support Trump doesn't mean that they're not right-wing. Can't Cancel was talking over some shit, and now Cancel is like backtracking on all the videos she's saying. Yeah, bro, I don't even know. The dude in the Discord that was coping super hard about Kirk's wife, yeah, bro. I don't know, they were trying really, really hard to like sound fucking reasonable, but it's just like, bro, we're doing like mental backflips right now. Like, let's be for real. It was even that bad compared to all other right-wing influencers? Well, of course there's other like right-wing people that are more right-wing than him, but that doesn't mean that his ideas and rhetoric weren't like fucking heinous as fuck. Isn't she pregnant? Dude, something's happening. I don't know. Aspen Gold collab win. Dude, that person is not real. I don't know. We're gonna have to lock in, bro. We're gonna have to lock in. I don't know. I think like bro, like especially if you're a person of color, like thinking that we're just gonna like keep our heads down and just like go through this shit, like, bro. Baby born with eyeliner. Should we play a little bit of game? I low-key haven't played game all day, just yapping for 3 hours. I haven't felt like the urge to want to play game though. Everything is so doomer, everything is so gotta face reality, bro. Hold up, let me go pee and then put my plate away, and then maybe we can hop on Black Mesa. BRB. I was about to stream right now, but like, I don't know, I'll keep streaming. I'll be back. Hello? Holy shit. Oh. This chair is like literally like 5 years old. Almost 6 years old. Double action all day. Holy shit. This is a good game. What's up, Zipper? My favorite Batman character? Hi, Batman. Do you guys be flossing your teeth? Don't forget to be doing that shit. Holy shit, what part is this? Tap into Marvel Rivals, that shit's ass. Bro, any multiplayer game that came out after like any multiplayer game that came after like 2016 is ass. The game is too loud? The game is too loud? Half-Life 2 is $2? I don't even know if I have it. I need to check if I have it. I might not even have Half-Life 2. Oh, I do have Half-Life 2. Holy shit. They just broke my... Yeah, we don't play Half-Life 2 after this one. New train. Where are these people coming from? They're like spawning in randomly. Holy shit! Your favorite weapon or kit in all of video games? My favorite weapon in all of video games. Is the game still too loud? I don't know. What is my favorite weapon of all of video games?
Power 15%.
So, who is this guy? Freeman.
This game reminds me of Fear when we were playing it.
What, so you think this guy is responsible? Sabotage, maybe. Oh, yeah. He'll pay. He will definitely pay.
How did I miss that shot? I like the Keyblade.
Ammunition depleted.
Oh shit. shit, no more ammo, bro. I need to make sure I'm using the same gun that they're using against me so that I could always refill ammo. What's up, Chipotle? Hello, bruh. How was the show? Holy shit. There's so many people. Got him. Oh, this shit comes with a grenade launcher? I didn't even know that. Half-Life Game Awards troll video before? No. What is that one? Got him. They're killing all the civilians, bro. What's this?
They've done before. What you're about to see is captured entirely in the game engine. And we're happy to share with you tonight's final world premiere at the 10th anniversary of the Game Awards.
That's funny. Half-Life. Kingdom Hearts.
Launch system activated. 20 seconds remaining. 15.
They say it's supposed to come with the Steam machine.
10,
so that might be soon.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Divinity. Low-key, even if it were that Divinity trailer, that shit would have been lame. We're doing all this for CGI trailer. What happened to the real trailers, bro? Give me in-engine gameplay. What is happening? You don't know Peak, bro? Well, Peak showed me Peak. But instead they show me CGI. Wait, what is this?
Level is 100%.
Shout out Sir Billy Goat with the 5 months, thank you!
Sir Billy Goat just subbed with
Thank,
Prime.
bro. What game is this? Half-Life? Oh shit. Oh shit. What are these guys' problem? No, I got the music on. My favorite thing about this game so far? Damn. I like the environment. I like how it's low-key kind of like a horror game a little bit. The minion emote? I think I switched it out. G-Man? Is that the dude in the suit? Yeah, I've seen him a couple times. How am I supposed to... go up here? Yo, good night, bro. Good night, Indesto. It says 6 to 10 business days, but I don't know. It might get a little bit delayed. Yeah, bro, I'm lost. I'm getting tired, guys. Oh. Yeah, man, stream. I'm tired, guys. I'm sorry. I'm really tired of a knockout. Oh, God. Alright. I'm off now. Good night, guys. Yeah, I'm tired, bro. I'm going to bed. Peace out, guys. Love you guys. See you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'll stream. And yeah. Alright, the song I'm trying to play isn't working. Alright, good night, chat. Love you guys. Peace. Bye.